Welcome to Happy Monday here. Welcome to ALPOUGH. It's Monday at 12:30, so I had to start a little bit later here. Really had to come up with a lot of facts for this show, and just hope that you had a great weekend, and that we're ready to move on into this next week. And the week is right now. So, um, you know, here it is Monday. Trying to figure out how to talk to people. What do I talk about? Okay. Again, there's so many things that I can talk about, but then I just talk to some people, just kind of see how people are doing, and it just pops up on what I should be talking about. And something very interesting, somebody sent me something I thought was really kind of interesting, and I kind of want to add to it. For them sending this out. Excuse me. So, welcome to those who are coming in here in a little bit, and those who will be coming in later. This is a very, very important topic, as it explains really what in the world is going on around us. And I think that it's very important that we take an overall look. And so this is what came up with me today, was a century of fear every year in this century. This century, we call it the 21st century. What year are we in? 21. And I think things have come to a serious crescendo on what is really going on. And basically, it's hiding in plain sight. So this century, when we kind of go over it, we can see, we look back, and as I look back, I go, wow, this has been going on in plain sight since we began in this century. Now, I could go over the last century either, but again, that's finished, and here we are right now. But of course, the 20th century brought about what this is in the 21st century right now. And so that it is hiding in plain sight. So now, this is what really is. I want to give you a saying here. I heard today, I thought was really great. How you do the little things, is how you do everything. So it starts with the little things. We're going to go over what I think are some of the major events of this century. And my whole conclusion to this is fear. This is the century of fear. That's what this is. This is the century of fear. So much so, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I was just looking at some things here, and someone wrote a book, The Fear of Insignificance, by Carlos Stranger. I thought that was really interesting. So there's a book about just what fear is. There's also a band that came up, The Century of Fear, named an album over it, right? The year was 2020. Well, let me go to this later here. So I'm going to bring it up because 2020, of course, linked us in here to 2021, which is this crescendo of what the new world design is. It is now absolutely in front of us and is here to change us. So let's start with the first year. 2000, Y2K is going to destroy us. Now, some of you, my young listeners, you're just a kid. So if you're 30 right now, you were just a kid. You're only 10 years old. You had no idea what was going on. Okay, but again, I was. And so basically Y2K was that the calendars on all the computers and everything was just going to literally collapse. Meaning that all the computer systems that we were under were no longer going to work. Everything was going out. The electricity, the water, finances. People were going to be able to steal everything from you. And of course, George Bush Jr. was elected president. So Y2K, we had to do a whole lot of stuff. People were starting to really get really, really scared. And there was all this division that people were going to be stealing your stuff. And also because of electricity, all the alarm systems, the police's radios, everything was going to fall apart. So that was just the beginning. Then, of course, what happened was nothing. But people spent millions in preparation for something that didn't happen. It was a really weird year. But as it was approaching, and this all happened, this is in 1999, so that's the preview year of what was to come. Okay? Then all of a sudden, again, I started seeing it for what it really was. This is a con. This is a con. Right? That's what was going on. All right? Now let's next go to the 2001 anthrax. Remember anthrax? Anthrax was going to kill us all. And, of course, 9/11. And we're just now celebrating, right? This is 2021, the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. And to just go over just the things that have happened since then. The Patriot Act, which took away all our rights, following into everything, just everything. We decided we were going to get evil. We started introducing torture. These are things that happened in 2001, and it just brought about, it just really, yeah, man, you thought 2000 would Y2K, 9/11, and this whole anthrax thing was absolutely one of the most fearful things that they brought about us. If you saw 9/11 20 years ago, then you saw that they did not even have TV on. Each person probably saw the video of the planes going into the World Trade Building at least 1,000 times. Think about it. At least 1,000 times. It was just on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Pushing this into this hypnotic fear of what was going on. So here's anthrax. It's another, you want to call it a virus? Yeah. I mean, as we go forward, we're going to go look at all this. So now, again, we have this, the virus that's going on right now. But see, this is not the first one. I mean, this isn't. So starting with the anthrax in 2001 to 2002, the West Nile virus, they said was going to destroy us. You probably don't even heard of it. Probably forgotten about it. It's just one of many, right? Just one of many. If we go look over in history, we can see this is supposed to destroy the world. So again, if you don't remember this, you need to go back and kind of look at it. So now we go to 2003. The SARS virus is going to destroy us. So here's another virus, between the anthrax, the West Nile, and the SARS, is going to destroy us. And a lot of people got sick. A lot of people did. A lot of people got sick over these things, and a lot of people actually died. So now we go to 2004. The Abu Ghraib, I forgot I pronounced it, Ghraib, prisoner abuse revealed, and we started finding out about this torture, the torture that we were causing, which we never were a country that did this. We stood up for righteousness. We stood up for being a God-fearing, a God-led country. Okay? Again, God-fearing. It just came out of my own breath. Okay? The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Fear. I don't believe in that, by the way. Under no means. 2005, the bird flu is going to kill us all. Right? I know some people just refuse to accept that you're being hypnotized. Okay? Because you want to be in your own comfort. It's funny how people come in and they go out the moment they feel that they're being confronted on something that you just don't want to accept. Okay? Why deal with all this? You have to know where you came from in order to know where you're going. We have to know what's been going on here so that we can make the right decisions instead of being led by the red pills and the blue pills. 2006, E. coli is going to kill us. Another virus. Okay? All the kind of diseases that came up without even going into them. Okay? So these are just viruses, man. And the changing of all this fear-mongering things. So let's go to 2007. Here's another virus. Reality TV. 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered. What are they now? They're billionaires. Reality television changed everything. And for all of us, if you watch any kind of reality TV, it's all fixed. It's all made for you to waste your time watching crap that has nothing to do with you. Because who can keep up with the Kardashians? 2008, the financial collapse is going to kill us. This was the year that Obama got in after George Bush. I don't know if you know this, but did you know that the day that he was elected, he took over the White House? They usually don't do it until in January. George Bush Jr. moved out. Obama, I would say he's the top 3 worst president who ever walked. Okay? If not the worst. Okay? Absolutely. President Barack Obama was literally the worst president who ever took the presidency. He began the collapse of the real estate market. People being forced and kicked out of their homes. You know how many people? It's like 400 million people got kicked out of their house because of the way back in the early 2000s, you could get a house for a song. And then as soon as you missed a payment, you couldn't get refinanced and they take your house. There were so many things. You go, well, they should have made the payment. Well, again, one payment should not kill a person. It wasn't even just that. Okay, you could have made your payments and then you didn't get the refinance, and so your mortgage payment doubled and then you lost your house. 2008, Barack Obama is really who I want to say is the one who entered into the presidency. 2009, the swine flu is going to kill us all. Well, it was the real estate market that killed us. 2010, Iraqi war, major earthquakes all over the world. And then, of course, the continuance of the TSA, which still is today. It's still today. Okay. That's when you go to the airport, right? They make you take your shoes off. You have to all be x-rayed. Okay, which I never did. You know, I took the pad down, which again, they humiliate you. Not me. Not me. Go and do what you got to do. Because I'm not getting x-rayed over and over and over again. 2011 or 12. 2011, the Mayan calendar predicts the world is ending. Remember? Remember 2012? They said the world was going to end on 12/21/12. Right? What happened? Nothing. Just enough to scare us. Okay? 2013, North Korea. Remember, North Korea had nuclear bombs and they were able to fly here and they were going to be able to destroy America. What's happened? Nothing. Nothing. But again, we thought we were going to be going to war. 2014, the Ebola virus is going to kill us all. What does all this mean, really? Was a setup for what was to come. You know, no, it didn't happen. But, you know, we still scared you, right? Still scared you, all right? 2015, ISIS is going to kill us all. ISIS is still around. Are they the Taliban? I mean, you know. What in the world is going on? All it is to keep us in a state of fear. What it is, who said this? Roosevelt? The only thing we have to do is fear, whatever he said. So 2015. Then what happened? Donald Trump in 2016. And then this other virus called the Zika virus. Okay? So the whole thing was we were, not me, but we were at war with Donald Trump. Donald Trump was literally the center point of this fight between the blue pills and the red pills. And also the red pills hated his guts too, by the way. Was he an actor playing a role? We'll only see. Again, to me, if you're up there, you're playing a political role. You're an actor. You're an actor and you're being told what to do. Really. So let's go to 2017. Trump. Now, Trump was the one who instigated the gain of function, right? He brought it back in, and who did he bring in? Fauci, who's still there. Fauci. Who brought in the HIV/AIDS? Guys, look it up. Dr. Anthony Fauci. He was in charge of that, bringing that in, so we might as well bring him back to bring this in. 2018, Donald Trump began being impeached. How many times have he been impeached? The guy was impeached, I could maybe count on one hand. He even got impeached after he got out. Right? But then again, remember this. Nobody wants to blame him for this, but he is the one who instigated the gain of function. Look it up. Believe me, I looked it up. It came on his watch. Instituting the gain of function. All the way up into the warning in late 2019. Okay, so it's summertime. They started talking about this thing. 2019, the patent of the coronavirus was delivered. Patent. Okay, look it up. Look it up. All came out of the Wuhan. Okay, this is where the actual virus came. Now they're denying that it came out, but again, if you go look it up, the information is out there, although it's maybe censored now. But I knew this back then. I'm looking at it like, oh, wow, this thing's coming. This is another one that was coming. I was thinking of it like the Ebola. Anthrax. It's like, oh, here's another one coming. All right. Introducing into the 2020, right at the beginning, that the coronavirus is going to kill us all. So here's where the coronavirus came in, introduced at the beginning. And I don't want to get censored my darn self, so I can't state some unequivocally because I'll get censored. So I can't really talk about it. But again, this is a fact here, so you can't censor that. That's when the coronavirus came out and that it was going to kill us all. So then now here we come to 2021. And what is the total of this? Is that now this division that has come upon us is that your neighbor now, they don't get the shot. They don't get the jab. It's their fault on why things are working. So look at it. In the 21 years that has been going on here in this 21st century, the 21st year of the 21st century, this is for the first time since maybe the Civil War where each neighbor is going to kill us. Our neighbor. Without firing a shot. Now it is more about the destruction through words and censorship. That is what's going on. Censorship. One narrative. The division of blame between neighbors, guys. You can't see if you get manipulated. I'm telling you this. All right? So the total of all this, what's the total? Is that fear is going to kill you. How is that? Spiritually, guys. Spiritually. Weak spirit, weak mind, weak thought, weak body. Killing the spirit of America. No matter what you want to say about this place, the opportunities here are greater than there is in any parts of the world. You want to make it, you put the hard work in and you will. You feel sorry for yourself, you want a handout, then your opportunities will only be limited by the handouts that you get. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be helped, or that there shouldn't be stimulus, that we shouldn't be getting tax breaks, especially for the people who are under 150,000 for the family. We went over one day in a show on how much 150,000 or 100,000 actually goes. It doesn't go far if you're married and you have kids and you have a mortgage, and you have tuition, and you have medical expenses, it don't go far. Car payments, you don't go far. So the whole thing is for you to know both sides by researching. Now, I can't say to you, turn the TV off. It's just that I'm asking you to know both sides. Now, some of you may need to turn the TV off because it's causing so much fear. And you need to take a break from it and be around your family. Because at the end of the day, it's time to grow up in your spirit. We must expand our spirit. Make our spirit like a muscle, strong. Strong. You grown-ups, you have children growing up. You can't let them run you. You have to be the leader. I don't care how much you know on the internet. You don't have experience. If you don't have experience, how do you know wisdom? It doesn't matter to me like a child who's 5 years old. So that's smart for a child who's 5 years old. They can make decisions. No, they can't. They're 5 years old. Well, they were smarter than me when I was 5. Yeah. So, how much smarter? Oh, you get to get on a computer. You see, it's time for us to grow up in our spirit, become adult of our spirit, adult of our mind, adult of our thought, adult of our bodies. If you're not doing things to build your immune system up, staying hydrated, finding out the things that increase the antibodies in your body, building the strength up, that's the goal. No one's talking about that. No one's talking about how to build your immune system. No one. They're not talking about that on TV at all. They're not talking about it on Fox News. They're not talking about it on ABC. They're not talking about it on CNN, MSNBC. None of them. They're not talking about this, making this the top priority. So it's time to grow up in your spirit, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm here. Now, look. You may not agree with me, but there's one thing I'm trying to do, or my huge attempt is to keep you motivated to understand that we're in different times. You have to adjust to these times. And the number one thing that they want over us is a spirit of fear, which, again, fear is a word that creates an emotion. Just like love. Replace the fear with love. That's what we're here for. Is one thing. To love one another, to love ourselves, and be a team. One spirit. Okay? Got any comments? Tracy, it was going to destroy the financial world as we knew Y2K. Boy, that was a fun thing. I remember we spent money on preparation, getting extra food, all this stuff. There's not going to be any food. Not going to be any food on the shelves. All this. Reprogramming everything. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We have to reprogram everything. Starting from scratch. So, I'll be back tomorrow. I want to thank you, anyone who's listening now and who's coming in later. And just know this, we're all in this together. And I'm here to give you encouragement, give you information so that you can make the best decision for yourself. Making the best decision for your family. Making the best decision on how to deal with neighbors. Because it's coming worse, guys. How to deal with the censorship. And not let us being led one way or the other. That's the American way, guys. Making up your own mind. That's what freedom is. ALPOUGH! OUGH. That's me. I love you. Sophia loves you. Come back tomorrow. I'll be here again. Have a great Monday, everybody. And know you are loved. Keep loving yourself.